Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Greeting to both of my panels, Dr. Yasmin and Dr. Azwan. Today I'm going to present my proposal master project entitled Proposing Construction Method Variation from Conventional to IBS Method. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Erieka Nesha. This is my presentation outline. I'm going to start with my introduction, literature review, methodology, and the last one is expected result. For introduction, the construction industry is one of the key sectors for the economic development of a country. This sector provides many great employment and investment opportunities. Variation order are made after change occur. It covers a set of order which permits alteration or alteration to be done to an earlier consent in case of capacity of nature of work to be carried out. When a variation order is created, it brings several undesirable effects to both the employer and the construction executors. CIDB has introduced IBS as a new alternative to conventional method. IBS is known as an on-site construction process consisting of a connected set of components that work together to achieve goals in a construction project. The use of IBS in construction project is expected to stimulate industrial growth, thus increasing the demand for component supplies to small and medium enterprise. For problem statement, variation order refers to any change to the scope of work, planning and specification or contract document in the construction project. Construction method variation cannot be simply adopted. In project construction, there are a few factors need to consider, such as a material of equipment not available at that time, quality defect lead to rework, inclement weather, unforeseen site condition, and other else. So we need a suitable strategy to avoid delay in time completion of project at once increase the project cost. Thus, it is essential to recognize a suitable strategy. For the objective of this project is the first one is identify the implication of construction method variation to construction phase on project scheduling. The second one is propose strategy for construction method variation from conventional to IBS. And the last one is validate the proposed strategy by simulate the project scheduling using Primavera software. For this study, scope of this study only focusing on implementation or implication of construction method variation on construction phase only. The construction method variation that will be studied only from conventional method to IBS method. Otherwise is not considered. Validation of this study will be using multi-story building project as a case study. The project scheduling modeling will be simulated using Primavera software. Significance of this study is important for construction industry to gain knowledge about implication to construction phase caused by construction method variation on project scheduling. Perhaps this strategy that will be proposed for construction method variation from using traditional method to IBS method could provide as reference to construction player in their decision making. Other than that, this study will be promote IBS method as the alternative method, fasten the construction project completion. Also to encourage the project manager to use Primavera software in planning and scheduling the project baseline. For literature review. Method of construction. Construction project means different thing to different project. It can mean building a house, a high-rise building, a dam, an industrial plant, an airport, or even remodeling or upgrading a facility. There are many types of construction method for construction project. Each method applies different type of main material and activities. It is also closely related to the amount of waste generated. Each method has its advantages and disadvantages, such as speed duration of work, construction work, and cost. There are 4 types of construction method that are usually applied by contractor, such as conventional construction method, cast in situ composite method, fully prefabricated method. For cast in situ composite method and fully fabricated method, this method is classified as a non-conventional method, and all types of IBS are categorized under one of these 3 methods. Conventional method is In construction, project defined as a system of current practice usually using in situ concreting with temporary wooden formwork. Okay, non-conventional method, also known as IBS, is a construction technique that uses industrial building materials made in a manufacturing facilities. Okay, CIDB has list 5 categories IBS, which is steel frame system, wood frame system, formwork system, precast concrete system, and block system. Okay, advantages of IBS is cost saving, social benefit, quality product, control of product delivery time, safety, cleanliness of work site. Time overrun. Delay is a situation when the contractor, consultant, and client jointly or severally contributed to the non-completion of the project within the original or the stipulated or agreed contract. So this is a group of factors causes time overrun, which is a transportation, contractor, consultant, owner, project, design, material, equipment, and labor, and external factor. Okay, variation order. Variation order is the deviation experienced in any project from base contract or work scope mutually agreed at contracting time. It is a written agreement between the contracting parties that represent an addition, deletion, or revision to the contract document. Identifies the change in price and time and describe the nature of the work involved. Okay, this is a several causes of variation orders. First is change of schedule, change in design by the consultant, unavailability of equipment, change in scope, conflict among contract documents, shortage of skilled manpower, lack of strategic planning, owner financial problem, design complexity, contractor financial difficulties, inadequate design, obstinate the nature, inadequate working drawing details, poor workmanship, change in specification by the owner, change in specification by the consultant, poor procurement process, impediment to prompt decision-making process. Okay, this is the effect of variation order on construction project, which is lead to a delay in completion, increase in project costs, quality of project, causes a rework, and logistic delay. Planning, scheduling, controlling, and monitoring in construction project. Planning is the first main thing of project. Secondly, doing implementation of planning, that is called scheduling. The third is main important thing of controlling. Controlling is mainly diverted. Project planning help to eliminate something. Before planning of the project, we have a clear objective, risk assessment, milestone, resource allocation, and task dependencies. Okay, monitoring and control can be done for the timely completion of a construction project. It can help to project management for doing the work as per design. It gives a proper check on a project which ultimately remove the queries. With the help of controlling and monitor, we can check our daily progress. Okay, Primavera software. Primavera software can function as a planning, scheduling, budget, and resource management software that enable organization to make informed decisions and improve their ability to deliver project on time and under allocated budget. It also helps to manage the IT process, determine the estimate completion of telecommunication project, risk analysis in aerospace engineering, and enables precise control in the manufacturing process. As a result, the scope of Primavera is an ever-changing, ever-growing tool for simplifying the completion of all project-oriented tasks and activities. Okay, benefit of Primavera software. Primavera software can reduce error and risk, forecasting of project activities, inadequate working drawing details, easy to use software, tracking feeders, give employers responsibilities in schedule creation, optimize resource, enhance communication, break down complex project, enhance visibility, improve collaboration, easy to assess. Okay, methodology. This is for the flowchart of the research methodology. The flowchart for the study begins with the selection of the study title and then followed by the problem statement. Through the identified problem, the objective of the study and the scope of the study can be implemented. Furthermore, the literature review and the research methodology are complete the facilitate the data collection, stage conclude with the result of the analysis and conclusion of the study. Literature review refers to the subject, matters, or information that bases on the construction method variation, planning, and scheduling on construction project for conventional and IBS method by using Primavera software, truth theory, to provide further understanding of the studies undertaken. Truth, the information obtained is based on the requirement, based on the problem statement, the research objective, and the scope of the study that has been set. Collecting data. Using literature review, interview, and case study. For literature review, review the past case study and to get some theoretical info. Past review article and report on latest 10 years. Interview up to 3 respondents from the construction industry. Email, internet interview, and mobile method as a interview method. For the case study, focusing on multi-story residential project at Johor Bahru that using conventional method as a method construction. Data analysis that I will going to use is a grounded theory, narrative analysis, and then a Primavera software. Grounded theory, the information get from the literature review and case study will be analyzed according to the research objective on the selected article, analyzing the implication to construction phase caused by construction method variation on project scheduling. The information get from the interview with the person in charge of the construction department will be used to develop strategy for construction method variation from conventional to IBS method, that is for narrative analysis. For Primavera software, Primavera software will be used to validate the strategy by stimulate the project scheduling using multi-story residential project. This is a flowchart of analysis step to validate the strategies proposed. This is a summarize for methodology. For objective 1, the data collection will be using literature review and will be analyzed using grounded theory. For objective 2, for proposed strategy for construction method variation from conventional to IBS, I will using interview and will be analyzed using narrative analysis. For the objective 3, validate the proposed strategy by simulating the project scheduling using Primavera software. I will collect the data using case study and using Primavera software as the data analysis. For the expected result, I hope at the end of this study, I will get the implication to construction phase caused by construction method variation on project scheduling will be presented. The practical and relevant strategy to change conventional to IBS method will be discovered. This strategy will be validated and proving the IBS method can save the completion time of a project compared to the conventional method. Last but not least, this is my Gantt chart timeline to complete the proposal and also planning Gantt chart for master project 2. That's all from me. Perhaps this proposal will be accepted. Thank you.